I'm obviously going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. If you want to watch along with whatever they decide to release for Kill Team, watch it with a group of Kill Team enthusiasts, get really hyped for it. It's going to be on my channel. I'd love to have you there so that I can talk a bunch of stuff about Kill Team with people, basically. That's like what the whole channel is meant to be about. And what better way to do that than in the live stream? Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here, and if you don't check out my community tab, then you've probably already been tipped off by my title of this video, which is, we are like 99% sure that Kill Team something is being announced this Saturday. I didn't say Kill Team 2 because we don't know what it's going to be at all. Let's start with why we think this, then we're going to talk about what could it be, what's getting announced, and then, you know, a little bit of a wish list, what do we actually want. But very quickly, if you are a subscriber to my channel, I'd like to give you a big double hello. Very pleasant, very wholesome. I think we all need a little bit of wholesomeness and love in our lives. So if you want that in the next video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, that'd be great, thank you. Before we talk about the potential for a Kill Team 2, let's talk about the big rumour that Chapter Master Valrak, that is actually the first time I've ever said his name in 3 years on this channel, has given the rumour of Orc Commandos versus the new DCOC, Death Corps of Krieg, Imperial Guard Astra Militarum miniatures, all in plastic, obviously. Now, Mr. Valrak he's very enthusiastic with his rumours. However, typically this close to a release he tends to back away from them if they perhaps haven't been as substantiated, but he's not. I think it was just yesterday he still kind of confirmed it, and he said, yes, I still think this is going to happen. My people have told me this is what's going to occur for Kill Team. If we look on the website, hopefully I've put it behind me, but who knows, we will see that there is no Kill Team core set anymore. We already know that, of course. And Pariah Nexus is only in stock in the UK site. I don't think it's in stock anywhere else. That might be some sort of COVID, Brexit stocking issues, don't really know, but you can't buy it anywhere else in the world. eBay is still your saviour though. If you really want that terrain in the board and the Pariah Nexus rulebook, eBay it. It's peanuts, just buy it. So let's, for now, take the idea that Orcs and DCOC, Death Corps, I'm going to call them Death Corps. No, I'll call them Krieg. Let's say that both Orcs and Krieg are going to be the new miniatures to go with a Kill Team thing. Obviously it's a box set. Is it just going to be, I'll get into that in a moment. Whether it's a core rules update or whether it's just Pariah Nexus, but for these two factions, we'll talk about that in a moment. What are the pros and cons of this? It's actually both very good and bad. On the one hand, everybody and their mum is going to want to buy this box set if it is genuinely new Orc and Astra Militarum miniatures. This means that people that want to play Kill Team probably won't be able to get a hold of it. Unless Games Workshop does something very funky and actually produces enough sets, it's going to be really difficult to get hold of. Krieg has been a faction that has been wanted for a very long time. New Orc models, Orcs, have a really solid fan base. I know that everybody thinks, oh, they're not Space Marines, so they're not going to sell. And I don't think that's actually true. I think that these Xenos players and the Astra Militarum players, I think they're going to be clamouring for new models because they haven't had any in years. So this is going to be a really big box. But of course, the actual Kill Team players, we're not going to get that. I mean, obviously some people will, but generally, no, it's going to go to scalpers and it's going to go to 40k players for both Orcs and Astra Militarum. But as we know from Pariah Nexus, all the Kill Team stuff is just going to be up on like eBay for almost nothing. So that's kind of good in a way. If you don't collect Orcs and you don't collect Astra Militarum, you're basically going to get like whatever else is in that box practically for free. Like, it's going to be really good value. If we think back to Pariah Nexus, everybody hated the Pariah Nexus box. It was just universally panned. The Kill Team players didn't like it because the teams were kind of weird, and we weren't really sure if we liked Pariah Nexus, new Arena. We had issues with Arena in the past, and did we like this new board, etc, etc. Whereas the 40k players didn't like it because they only viewed it as miniatures you can buy. Oh dear, and there's a bunch of Kill Team stuff in it. Isn't that a shame? I want the miniatures. This box is too expensive for all that I want, which is flayed ones, heavy intercessors, a captain, and a new technomancer or something. It's like Games Workshop got really close, but they just missed the mark, you know? It's like on the one hand, you had the 40k players who wanted some things there, and you had the kill team players who wanted some things there, and they just shot the arrow right down the middle, missing both groups. Everybody already has their opinions on their feelings about Games Workshop's new corporate tactic to make you spend more money than you actually want to, where they hide their new miniatures and sculpts in a big box set where they know people don't want everything, but they throw it in there so that you have to buy more than you want, and they hope that that leads to, you know, picking up a new army, whatever. Or the fact that for them, like, the cost of plastic is literally nothing, so for you to pick up a whole other box of models is like, you're just paying them more. The perceived value is greater, even if you don't actually need that perceived value. You will have your thoughts on that. I have my thoughts. So let's talk about what we want the reveal to actually be, or what we think it's going to be. So let's just assume that we are getting Krieg versus Orcs, okay? I don't really care. I'd be happy with whatever. But let's just assume that, let's take that as written. Is it going to be Pariah Nexus 2.0, or is it going to be Kill Team 2.0, right? Is it just going to be, these are the next two factions that we're updating to 9th, Orcs and Astra Militarum? Or is it going to be a new Kill Team core set and a full-on Kill Team 2.0? I think, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring on this one, I think it's going to be Kill Team 2.0. Now the reason I think that is because if we look, this is again assuming we're taking Orcs and Krieg. So, Orcs haven't been released, Krieg haven't been released, Astra Militarum haven't been released. So if we get the 9th edition updated stats for both Orcs and Astra Militarum, that will be Kill Team getting a preview of whatever it is we get a preview of. We kind of assume that perhaps the Orcs are going to release first, but we've had no word at all of the Astra Militarum release, so presumably Kill Team will get the Astra Militarum release and datasheets for 9th before 40k. And as soon as you've taken that step and you've given Kill Team 9th edition datasheets before anything in 9th, you might as well do everything, right? So if we are getting the Krieg versus the Orcs, I think we're getting Kill Team 2. If it's just Pariah Nexus, just updating Orcs and Astra Militarum, that's so weird. I don't see them doing that. That would be the craziest possible thing they could do, because, again, those codexes aren't released in 9th. Surely they need to backfill, and they need to give us everything that's released so far. We need Death Guard, we need is it just Death Guard? Admech, Drukhari, right, them two. Maybe this will be some bizarre hybrid halfway house, a half release. We'll be getting everything they've released so far, including Orcs and Astra Militarum, and then we're going to get another box at the end of the 40k 9th edition release cycle that gives us the rest of the factions. That would be weird. I really hope they don't do that, but it's Games Workshop, you never quite know. And considering that they have completely refused to do anything like give Kill Team its own release plan like they've done for Necromunda, Blood Bowl, etc., we just have to kind of hope and pray, if I'm honest. And then we have the next big question. Are they going to stick, like, what do the rules become? Is it just Kill Team 9th edition, right? Is that what we're going to do? Are we going to get changes to the core rules that are more than just, you know, erratas, FAQs, minor updates and tweaks? The biggest things I can see them doing there, if they decide to go that way, is perhaps a change to the injury roll, and perhaps a change to line of sight. These seem to be, I say these two possibilities because these are the two things that I see people sticking on most when they hit the rule set. They get very confused by injury rolls. They don't quite understand why, you know, oh, well, if I can see your antenna, what does that really mean? Why can I shoot your antenna? And why can you shoot me from your antenna? That seems broken. That seems weird. Of course, it's exactly the same in 40k, so I don't think they're going to change the line of sight rules. And the injury roll, there are so many different things you can do for an injury roll. I'm not going to list them all here. I actually did a video that I never released. I just wrote the script for. Maybe I'll do that soon, but give it some sort of Kill Team 2 flair to it. But there's so many options they could do with this. But also at the same time, I know some people really bounce off the injury roll rule, but as somebody that knows the injury roll rule, it's actually pretty simple. Like, once you get your head around it, it's just, hey, the damage characteristic of the weapon, that's the number of dice you roll on the injury. Everything else is fast rolling being complicated. The actual injury roll, super simple. Are they going to change the scale of the game? Are they going to shrink it even further? So we're going to get almost like Inquisitor, you know, 54mm style, where we actually only have like 4 models. Are they going to do that? Or are they going to go up a little bit? So it's essentially combat patrol, but more individual based. So they still all move like in Kill Team with alternating activations, but you can get more in there and actually tie it further into the 40k codex release cycle. So you're always using the latest codex, but here are the modified core rules to play them with. I can see lots of interest in any way it goes. It's going to appeal to different types of players. Certainly a lot of players I know right now do want to go to 40k because they want to play with the big toys. And you know what? Putting a big toy on the field is pretty fun. So that wouldn't be the craziest idea. But then I know there are also other people that don't even like that the commanders exist, or that elites added like big models on 50mm bases. I suppose a final note would be that we know that Kill Team First Edition was announced, I believe it was on the 7th of July 2018. It then released 21 days later on the 28th of July. 3 weeks. Is that what we're going to get here? Are we going to get Kill Team announced this Saturday and then released whatever it's going to be, you know, the Saturday in 3 weeks, August the 1st. That would then tie into the GenCon thing I talked about in the last video. I'm just saying, things are starting to add up, things are making sense, right? But there is another thing to talk about. Again, GenCon. They had something very interesting, which I showed a screenshot of in the last video, but I didn't actually talk about. They have an event for Kill Team, which I think it's called Sealed Event. Right? Now, where do you get sealed events? You get that in things like Magic the Gathering, where you get given, you know, a sealed pack, you open it, you pass it around, it's got a whole format to it. How is that going to work in current Kill Team? It's not. Is this actually going to be a much bigger change to Kill Team than we currently think? Okay, I'm not even going to pretend that I think they're going to do like pre-painted models, you know, where you could just crack them open like X-Wing and just play them straight away. That's not Games Workshop, that's not what they do. So how does a sealed event work? Is it going to be a case of everybody gets one box, you know you're going to play that box, so come along with as if you had purchased one Space Marine tactical box, and then that's the event. Who plays the best game with a single box of Space Marine? I don't know where they're going with that, but let me give you my total wish list answer, okay? Actual final thing, a total wish list. I'm not basing this on anything. Like, I suppose it was the idea of a sealed event that kind of sparked this within me, and the idea that injury rolls could change. Here's what I hope for. I hope that they lower the model count and that they follow in the footsteps of Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have heard nothing but good things about that rule set. I want to play it, but I don't like Marvel at all. The idea of playing superheroes bores me. But if you tell me I can take some Space Marines, some Astra Militarum, whatever, and play in the MCP rule set, obviously slightly modified so it doesn't infringe IP, I would be all over that. However, that's not quite going to fit it, is it? Because alongside that, we can't just have, you know, Joe Blogg's Astra Militarum man in the MCP style format. We'd need something else. We would need individual Kill Team sculpts, multiples of, for every faction. Maybe that's the new way. Maybe they saw how well it did for Warcry, them having their own models and releasing Warcry specific kits, which were just amalgamations of other Age of Sigmar kits. And maybe we're going to be getting that for Kill Team. Kill Team boxes, which will be amalgamations of other units and or, preferably but whatever, Kill Team specific sculpts. Essentially every model could be a character. For example, the Canoness in 40k, it has like 4 different loadouts you can do it. It's just a simple character model, costs 20 quid. What if we're playing MCP style rules where you have, I think it's like max 6 models, but it could be as low as 3 or 4. What if every model you buy for your faction is essentially the Canoness? You kit it out however you want. They'll all be really easy to put together, multi-pose depending on which like leg you put where, and all different loadouts, and they make it a true character driven game. Pure wishlist. I don't think they're going to do that. That's just me, like, you know, myself, because why not, right? Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far to the end, I'd just like to say, hey, thank you for watching. Kill Team 2, I'm really excited for it. If you've made it this far, it really helps the channel. I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Still very wholesome, even at the end of the video here. Thank you very much. I now do a quick hobby update. What am I doing? You know what, this evening, in about like 2 hours, I'm going to be recording an episode, 2 episodes of my podcast in a row, actually, with Birinid for my Battleforge podcast. Check that out. Probably a link somewhere if I've remembered to do it in the top comment. I'm also currently putting together some Tyranids because, hey, maybe they're going to be my main faction in 40k. I'm back and forth all the time. They're the current thing I'm interested in, though. But you know what? If Kill Team 2 comes out, we can just put a stop to all of my 40k things that I'm doing, because I need to get back on that if that's going to happen, and I need to go dominate some tournaments because that sounds really fun. Okay, everybody, what do you think is coming? What are your wish lists? Oh, obviously, sorry, I have to say it now. I'm obviously going to be doing a live stream on Saturday. If you want to watch along with whatever they decide to release for Kill Team, watch it with a group of Kill Team enthusiasts, get really hyped for it. It's going to be on my channel. I'd love to have you there so that I can talk a bunch of stuff about Kill Team with people, basically. That's like what the whole channel is meant to be about. And what better way to do that than in the live stream? Thank you very much for watching. This has been Glass Half Dead. I hope you've had a good day and continue to have a good day. Goodbye.